Make some noise for Queen the Poetess. How y'all doing? Let's jump into it. Jamine, thank you for the opportunity in this wonderful space. That was a heck of an introduction. I appreciate it. I stand before you as an example of a God-constructed anomaly, a perfectly formed oddity, a constant model of inconsistency, a form of dependency that folks don't recognize regularly, ignorantly. You see, I'm your woman, your wife, your boo, your sister, your auntie, your pastor, your lover. I am what the eye can view above at sight. More than these curves, these breasts, these hips, these thighs, more than a pretty face, average weight, or short in height. I am the fortress that you run to. It seems like you're losing the fight, or the shield that protects you from the weapons from the outside in. And when the engine of your blood gets slowed down because of knockdowns and turnarounds, I'll be around to cover you from your hurts like the thickness of your skin. I'm the prototype. I make the wrongs right. When you feel like you're left, you can lay your head in my chest full of taste of heaven, and I give you hell if you choose otherwise. Why? Because my expectations are high like your light bill, but you trust me like a dollar bill, because in God we trust to make this package of noodles in this pitch or Kool-Aid a meal, because the real deal is I can turn this burnt bologna into steak. Take the unstimulated womb of your dreams and turn it into auto-populated. If you bring me your mistakes, I'll merge them with my means of encouragement and my faith. Burn out the wiles of the world. If you give me an hour, I take what you thought was shit and turn it into chocolate cake. I am a magician on a mission to take you from the deadlock of mediocrity and put you in a more powerful position. I'm your woman, your lady. And whether it's vintage or sadly come lately, whether you consider me a run-of-the-mill or an abnormality, I carry the zygote in my femininity called the future. Therefore, I am a necessity. And even if I'm not appreciated persistently, I guarantee you, if we part our ways separately, it's like taking the aglet off your shoelaces. Things come unravel quickly, as fierce as a typhoon, smooth as Marvin Gaye tune. I can make things stand in motion to come and pause, because when I ask him for that card to go to the mall, boo, I want no pushback. Because as much I have your back, you'll get it back. Because whatever life throws at me or you, I keep coming back and coming back and coming back. You want to know why? Because I am an example of a God-constructed anomaly, a perfectly formed oddity, a constant model of inconsistency, a form of dependency that folks don't recognize regularly or then ignorantly. See, I'm your woman. That's that piece, y'all. How y'all feeling for real? Yes, I love it. Yes, so I'm super excited to be here, and I love the vibe that's in here, and y'all keep that going, all right? All right, so my husband did a poem about his dad, and I have a poem about mine, but mine's the direct opposite. So Jamine and I have a commonality because both of us are preacher's children. So my dad was started preaching when he was like, before I got here, and my whole life was consumed with church stuff. Any church babies in the house? Y'all know how the church babies are, you know what I'm saying? You wake up, it's church. You go to sleep, it's church. Your vacation is church. You know what I'm saying? It's all that. So, facts, summers were vacation Bible school, which was like, how can I get to Port Mallet unless I go to vacation Bible school, which is crazy. That's why I don't eat them cookies now, honey. Them cookies get on my nerves. Yeah, the little round cookies with the, girl, no ma'am, my baby shall never. But so in 2013, this is before my husband and I got married, my father was diagnosed with cancer of his liver. And I got so mad, I wrote a poem about it. That's what poets do. So the name of this piece is Bugs Don't Scare Me. Gotta sit back because I'm gonna get loud. What most folks don't know is that me and my daddy used to pick worms out of the dirt right after lunchtime. That's why bugs don't scare me. A shadow of a lifetime of greatness. He was determined to make the nightmare he had seen, so he took a nightmare and a dream, and he made them shake hands after a fight. And there he stood, victorious, as a beloved preacher with a teacher's degree and a visionary's mentality. I saw him pull books out of everywhere to study heaven when hell was everywhere, but he dared you to speak ill about his God of the Lord's church, because his work was to make sure that their souls were prayed for. Constantly praying for those who rather take 4 fingers and 1 thumb, instead of lifting their hands in gratitude, rather than swat away blessings like I'm near their friends in the dumb. But every Sunday, he would stand and preach until the battle was won, always on the road, trying to save souls, trying to fix messes that hirelings, soul, good men are hard to come by. But here he looks me in my eye to say that the same disease that he's laid hands on and fled, chased away its presence on deathbeds, has now spread to his liver. God, you got to be kidding me. You want me to believe that a strong black man with no broke wrist on credits do not call this, handpicked to be one of your homeboys, to lift the nobodies to be somebodies, has allowed this demon to spread through his body? Not my daddy, not the calls in the middle of the night, always worn with church folk who know that crap ain't right, missing our recitals so people can hear about you. I knew he was serious about his faith because he helped me get my trust back when all mine was gone. I have seen him speak a word to say pimps to nightclub dancers. So how is it that my daddy got cancer? Now, initially, I wanted to be mad, but he taught me about your power. So I'm not asking for a highway to come. I'm not asking for bread to rain down from the sky. I'm not asking for a highway in the middle of the sea. I'm not asking you to show me 10 lepers or how you heal the feeble. I'm not asking for the hem of your garment. I just need the thread from the needle. You don't necessarily have to touch. Just throw us a thought. Blink 3 times and let one of the eyelashes brush across his forehead. I don't mean to beg, but I need this prayer to be answered badly because I need you to heal my daddy. See, what most folks don't know is that me and my daddy used to pick worms out of the dirt right after lunchtime. That's why bugs don't scare me. Guess that piece in. Now, the good thing about this is God healed my daddy from cancer. So I ain't necessarily mad no more, but I meant what I said. So next up is what? The finale. Okay. So how many of y'all like movies? Y'all like movies, so y'all gonna roll me this. So this was about the relationship I had before I got married. It's called the finale. Today, I reached a milestone. I erased you from my cell phone, my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, my SD card, all wiped clean, and the dreams and prayers that this relationship could be in a state of repair has all been filed away in a place in my brain called amnesia. You are no longer a factor, because the fact of the matter is that my role was to be a thespian on the stage making minimum wage. Also, you could say face, but in this script, we were never on the same page. Like on page number 10, when the damsel in distress is enraged and you still stuck on page number 14, like I'm the bad guy. And the truth that I've come to understand to you don't mean a dime, and that can drive one to lunacy. That's how I know that this role was never meant for me. I was never meant to be the understudy of the secondhand string to the star of this show called your ego. I did not fit in this production, so I quit. But initially, I thought that me leaving you would be like emancipating a slave against their will. But when I think about it, loving you is like giving sugar to a diabetic, flashing lights to an epileptic, like telling a 6-year-old there's no number 7. But to gain possession of the strength that I need to gain my sanity, I'm going to give you my final performance. You see, it is better to love lost than to love at all. And you want the truth, but you can't handle the truth. And since nobody backs baby in a corner, I'm going to give you an offer you can't refuse. Give us free. And may the force be with you. The band plays, the curtains fall. This is my final performance with you, because I'm out this motherfucker. Yes, sir. right, this last piece that I'm going to do for you guys, it's in the response to a cat call. I wrote this piece some time ago. My husband and I had just got married, and this guy was like trying to talk to me, whatever, and I refused it because I just, I'm married, I'm good. And he was like, man, you ain't got to be a bitch. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh. Say what now? I'm gonna write about it. So, yes, sir. So, this is the bitch piece. I want to, first of all, before I get into that spiel, I want to say publicly that I am super proud of my husband for becoming the first PhD in his family. I think it is. Marrying him will be the greatest poem that I'll ever write. So, love you, I'm super proud of you. I want to say that publicly. All right, so here we go. The bitch piece. Ain't that a segue, girl? I don't care how many acronyms you come up with. Don't you ever call me a bitch. I know that somehow the air has shifted, and bitch has replaced terms of endearment to become the depiction of the most beautiful or gifted, twisted its definition to become a household name, but that's not what I aspire to. See, hours of labor and a lifetime of prayer did not birth a puppy, but a beautiful bundle of potential wrapped in young skin with the likening of an angel. How dare you call me a dog? Praying on those with low self-esteem or others that are hungry for validation to convince them that this bowl of shit is actually chocolate pudding. Eat this and feel good inside, when on the real side, what is being digested should be exterminated. Pink slipped on being gullible and not relevant. Attached to the wrong things instead of declaring your freedom of thinking independently. Do you think that I went through slavery and second-hand citizenship, forced enrollment into Hard Knock University to adapt to my enemy's perception, only to graduate at the top of that class to be handed a certificate that shows that my life still has no value, which explains why obituaries are filled with pictures that look like me, flowers on cemeteries, tears flow like seas, and those who remain fight tooth and nail to show that I'm just as good as you. I'm better than you. I'm better than this. So the ass that you're so anxious to see being exposed to fulfill your sick imagination of what you wish your woman could be is a part of my anatomy that you can kiss or double dog dare you to call me a bitch. That can, in reference to me, will be tossed, because if you can't call me mommy, sister, friend, queen, you will call me boss. Because my spot is on the throne, covered in deep like diamonds, especially radiant like rubies. You can't fool me. I know that I'm sought after like platinum after the fire, therefore. Allow this work to take you higher, to think about women, not as canines, honey, but fine wine. Sweet to the taste and vital for life, because as hard as they've worked, we've worked. Hell, I've worked to get this thing right. I'd be damned if you send us back with this one hit. So no matter how many tracks you lay, the situations you come up with, don't you ever, and I mean ever, call me a bitch. My name is Queen, y'all. I love you. Y'all have a wonderful night.